Spoiler alert.
Give me some.
What is your favorite bar food? I'm not that much of a bar person because I don't really drink, but I love the concept of bar food. Tasty, greasy, fried, sometimes spicy, but just very snackable food. I particularly like izakayas. Bar food, but make it Japanese. Edamame, karaage, sashimi, tebasaki. You can keep your booze. I'm just here for the food. One dish often found at izakayas and yakitoryas is grilled shishito peppers. They're a generally non-spicy pepper, and they're often grilled in the same way as the meat skewers at yakitoryas. Today we are making something that, to me, is the perfect intersection between American and Japanese bar food. The perfect intersection between American and Japanese. It's me! This salt and pepper shishito recipe from Life's Ambrosia is something that we make every single time we can get our hands on shishito peppers because it's super easy and it's so snackably delicious. They're smoky and garlicky and have that craveable salt and pepper flavor that is very common in Chinese dishes. And it's so good. Whether you are a beer person or not, you should absolutely make this dish if you ever find shishito peppers in the market. First things first, we are going to make the FLAVAH. This garlicky oil will be added to the shishito peppers as soon as they're done cooking. So we gotta make it ahead of time. Mince a bunch of garlic, like a bunch. The recipe says 6 cloves, but all I've got are these teeny tiny little ones, so I'm taking that to mean like 20. We are using fresh garlic and mincing it ourselves this time because you really, really want to have all of those fried garlicky bits at the end. Mix that with some olive oil that will give the end result a nice velvety mouthfeel. A little bit of salt and some freshly ground black pepper because this is salt and pepper shishito peppers. Now it's time to prep our peppers. About ½ pound or so of shishito peppers. They should be firm and without blemishes as much as possible. These tend to be a non-spicy pepper, so we're not gonna have to remove the seeds or anything. We're just going to cook them whole. We are going to dry fry them, so no oil or anything, in a cast iron pan over medium-high heat. You want them to get nice and blistered. Get some color on them, get that nice smoky char. The shishitos will transform from that bright, vibrant green color to a more pale, lighter yellow-green as they cook, and they'll start to soften. Once your shishitos are nice and blistered, browning, maybe even blackening in a few places, turn off the heat and add that oil mixture that we made earlier. Cast iron retains heat, so we're turning off the heat so that we're not burning anything, but things will continue to cook. Cook it for about a minute, and when you're starting to get that toasty, garlicky smell, add in your green onions. The green onion will add a nice bright pop of flavor. Once that's mixed in, remove everything from the cast iron pan immediately. You definitely do not want your garlic to burn. You want it to be toasty and delicious. You don't want it to be burnt and bitter. That'll ruin your shishitos. So get it out of that pan as fast as possible. By now, your kitchen should be smelling toasty and garlicky and delicious. And we're ready to eat. Are you ready to eat-o these tasty shishitos? Okay, are you ready?
Yes, I'm ready.
For
I've
some
been waiting.
tasting. Should I
for
grab the
days.
one with the most garlic?
Yes, I think that's the best part.
I wish I could easily get one, but I'm just gonna grab
all
this
the
one.
garlicky part. I love this little bowl. It looked like a crown, Allison. It has like little things spike coming out of it. I can wear it.
Don't put it on your head.
I'm styling with my new shirt today and with the crown too. I'm like the king. Your boy's a king. So how is it, Allison?
That one was a little spicy.
That one's a little spicy.
Of course I get the one.
I thought you said that these are not spicy.
They're generally not spicy.
Generally not
Once in a
spicy.
while you'll get one.
That is just.
It's got a little bit of a kick, just a tiny bit of burn, but not bad at all. But they are garlicky and tasty and snackable, and just, we'll make those seriously every single time we can get shishitos. I will get them and I will make this recipe because it's so easy to make and it's so good, and we will just eat them all in one, not even one sitting. We will eat them all like immediately, just standing in the kitchen.
Eating all this right
just
now.
standing in the kitchen, and they'll be gone.
That is so good. The flavor is just so deep, so
The
much
smoky,
umami.
the garlicky, the toasty. There is that little bit of a kick from the pepper. You can taste the pepper. I
You know what this reminds me? This reminds me of, that favorite dish that we always buy when we go to a Chinese restaurant.
What is the favorite dish we always buy when we go to a Chinese restaurant?
String bean.
Oh, yes.
Garlic string beans. That's how we test Chinese restaurant.
You get the garlic green beans.
Yeah.
And they're usually almost always so good.
Yeah.
Stir fried.
Because I think
Super
that's
garlicky.
where you determine what kind of quality of their
Get that wok.
Yeah.
And this, we didn't make it in a wok, but you totally could.
Yeah.
You
Oh, that's
absolutely
true.
could.
I could.
I didn't
could-
even think about that until you
could
said.
add some wok to this. And it
So
would be
next
even
time we
more
get these, it's
intense.
your job to make them. Because yeah, if you're doing it in a wok, you wouldn't want to use olive oil because the smoke point of olive oil is a little bit
Oh.
low. The oil will kind of burn, so to speak. It'll start smoking, which turns the oil bitter.
Right.
So you don't want that.
Right.
So I would use an oil with a higher smoke point, such as canola or maybe sesame.
Maybe.
Because at least that will add
We'll have
some
to
flavor.
look it up. We'll have to look
But
it up.
regardless, though, the oil only goes in at the end.
You're
So it's
right.
not too much.
That's
not
true.
too bad.
That's very true. And like you said, this is a perfect side dish, snack, appetizer.
Like you
It
could
be
eat this
even
with
a main
rice.
dish. I'll be happy with just this with plain rice.
And a fried egg.
What do you make an egg?
We gotta do the egg test.
Okay.
But I didn't say you could take the That kind of ruins his exit. A huge thank you to all of our Patreon supporters. And if you want to become a supporter on Patreon, you can go to patreon.com/sushiday and you'll help this channel. If you are not yet subbed, hit that sub button and come back for lots more tasty food. And like this video because it does help our little channel grow. And if you want to see all of our other videos of tasty food that we've made, you can check out our playlists right over there.
Allison, I got eggs. Is this just put on top?
Don't just put